What's the word? What's the word, man? We live, baby. We live. And we all the way live, too, man. What's going on, y'all? Feels good to be on here with y'all, kicking it and whatnot. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. My phone on like 1%. Derrick, what's going on, man? How long? Is this my brother, Derrick Jones? From Valley? Candy, what's going on? What's up, Candy? Said Jordan. So, Derrick Rose is right. So we gonna talk about it, man. I think a lot of people misunderstood what he was saying when he said it. I think a lot of people misunderstood him and they got upset when he said it. But we gonna talk about it. Jones, what's the word, man? That's my boy on here. Hey, look, my homie Derrick on here. That's the hardest working brother I've known in my life. My boy Derrick Jones got a PhD in mathematics from Mississippi Valley State University. You know what I'm saying? For sure, that's my dog, man. Any black man got their PhD in mathematics, you a cold brother. For sure, man. I'm glad you on here, Derrick, man. But look, yeah, I think people misunderstood what Derrick Rose is saying. And we gonna talk about it though. I'm gonna wait till like the 5-minute mark. We gonna get to it. Oh yeah, Candy, look, that's my dog, man. She say congrats, Derrick, on getting a PhD in math. T Dominique, what's going on? She got that 504 strong in her name. You New Orleans for real, for real. What? Hey, look, when we used to be in college, Derrick had like a page full of math stuff, a page full of like math equations, and it only be one. He only answered one question on his homework. I'd be like, bro, he filled the page front and back for one math problem. Derrick be out there doing algorithms and all of that. I'm like, you know, Derrick, you a bad man. Cause listen, that math, brother, it ain't for me. Look, John. So look, and I'm gonna do tomorrow. I'm gonna do the what is that thing called? I'm gonna do the other streaming service where I'm gonna still connect it through YouTube where y'all can like get on with me live and talk with me. Y'all can get on screen with me. It's called I was on the phone with you when I was setting it up, Derrick, yesterday. I forgot. Now the name of it escapes me. But yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do that, set it up tomorrow. I got it set up already. Tomorrow I'm gonna do the thing where y'all can get on there talk to me, and then y'all can be on screen with me at the same time. So I think that'll be better. It'll be a lot more fun, probably. What is the thing called, man? Athletic Mind. What's up, bro? What's going on with you, man? Discord? No, it wasn't Discord. It was the other one. But Discord is one of them that you could do though. Discord is one. StreamYard. StreamYard. That's what it is. Now look, I read something though. It said you can only do 20 hours of StreamYard per week, I think, or per month. Per month, I think. Per month. After that, you gotta pay for like a premium version of StreamYard. So if I do StreamYard, yeah, I mean, how many hours I go live a month? I go like every other day, or I go live every other day. Sometimes I be on here for like an hour and 45 minutes. So I guess that's cool. I guess I wouldn't go too far overboard as far as like the hours go. But I did see StreamYard, like after you do 20 hours a week, 20 hours a month is the furthest it could go. As far as streaming goes. After that, you got to pay for like a premium version, which is like 45 a month, and I ain't paying that, so I'm not gonna be able to do it. So, But yeah, on the stream, I'm gonna do the stream yard though, so y'all can get on screen and we can talk though for sure. Like I set it up yesterday, so we gonna do it tomorrow. Yeah, I probably do go over 20 hours a month for sure, for sure. So I some of that, yeah, they upped the price. It used to be 15. They went to $30 more. They not playing. Yeah, I ain't paying that 45, Joe. Yo, I got too many streaming services as it is, fam. I got everything. HBO, Netflix, Hulu, uh, Prime, Stars. I got too much stuff. Too much. That's why I be broke right now. All that. Trying to watch everything. But yeah. Oh yeah. So anyway, we 6 minutes in, right? So Jeff T, what's that? What is it, the 520 podcast? What is it called? 520? Jeff T got the 520 podcast that he does with him and his homeboys. And so they had Derrick Rose on there. Chicago's own Derrick Rose, former league MVP, the youngest MVP. Club 520, that's what it's called. The youngest league MVP. He was on there. And he was speaking about Chicago, right? And his upbringing in Chicago and all of that. And he basically said that Michael Jordan wouldn't have been the black cat. He wouldn't have become the black cat if he didn't play in Chicago. What he said Mike would have always been great. He was always going to be great regardless of where he played. But he was speaking to the culture of basketball in the city and the pressure that the city of Chicago puts on athletes to keep continuing to be great. Like, and he felt like the marriage between Jordan's competitiveness and the city's like high expectations, or like the pressure that the city puts on you to continue to be great, was a beautiful marriage. Jordan's all, because how competitive Michael Jordan is, paired up with the pressure that the city puts on athletes to like keep excelling. He think that is what drove Mike to get them 6 championships, like him getting one. And people in Chicago, because this is how the climate of the city is. I bet you can't do it again, though. All right, you got one, but I bet you can't do it again, though, right? He won the second one. All right, you got two. I bet you can't three-peat, though. You know what I mean? So I think he was saying like Jordan's competitiveness paired with like the pressures that people probably was putting on him in the streets of Chicago probably elevated him to say, man, I'm gonna keep winning. I don't know what y'all talking about. They think I can't win again? They really think I can't win 3 in a row? Watch, I'm gonna do this. And I think he was saying that. I don't think he was trying to uh, discredit Mike or take anything away from Mike's success, because he said Mike was going to be great anywhere he went, which is true, which I believe is true. But I do believe certain places, certain cities, and the culture there probably like would have driven him to be in a different manner. You know what I mean? Like, not saying that Mike wasn't, he was self-motivated for sure, but I also believe he was also motivated by people thinking he couldn't do things. You know what I'm saying? And when you hear the stories about Mike, he would make up stuff that people said sometimes, or he would hear any type of slight and would use that as fuel to say, I bet you I'm gonna do it. I bet you I'm gonna do this. I bet you I'm gonna win when they think I can't win. I bet you I'm gonna get this championship. I bet you I'm gonna win it again. I bet you I'm gonna win it after that. And I think he was speaking on that type of like culture that's present here as it pertains to basketball specifically. And uh yeah, MJ definitely greatest all time. Um I think, yeah, Mike had that different gear in his head to where if you think he can't do something, he's going to keep doing it. And Mike was hanging around like also the Bulls didn't bring Scottie Pippen. Hold on, what you trying to say, Adrian? Say that again. Yeah, I think that was Derrick. That's what Derrick was saying. Just like him being in this environment where people put a lot of pressure on the athletes here, that drove Mike to say, "Oh, I'm gonna keep winning." You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna watch this, watch this. It kept driving him to say, watch this every time he played, because he knew here is always somebody saying, all right, you won one, win two, then we could talk. Win three in a row, then we could talk. Win four. All right, when you retire, win three. You retire, let's see if you can do another 3P. You know what I'm saying? Also the Bulls and Jordan win 6 championships. Chicago one of the 5 most valuable teams in the league because of MJ. Now that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, but I don't think Derrick was speaking about the Bulls organization. I think he was just speaking on the culture of basketball here in Chicago, and how it drives certain athletes, depending on if you got that gear in your mind. I believe Isaiah Thomas, being from Chicago, put an extra gear in him a little bit too. Like, kind of like, because it was pressure on Isaiah. As a young high school kid, it was pressure on him. And I think that drove Isaiah too. People thinking, Zeke, okay, Zeke, let's see what's happening. What you, Zeke, they say you good. You know, let's see if you really can. Let's see if you really can be good like that, Zeke. Okay, Zeke, you at Indiana. People in Chicago, let's see if you can win at Indiana, Zeke. Let's see if you can get a chip in Indiana. Okay, Zeke, you in Detroit now. You ain't with the Bulls. But Zeke, let's show us that you the best guard to come out of Chicago. Show us that you really can do that. And I think Zeke really had that drive. Like, okay, you know, because I remember one time in a newspaper clipping, I believe that Athletic Mind. If he would have played in New York City, yeah, it also would have been certain places you play, depending on the atmosphere and the culture of the sports in that town or basketball or whatever. Yeah, it. Now I don't know about famous than Michael Jackson. I don't know Athletic, because man, Mike was just, Michael Jackson was a different tier. But I do believe, yeah, him playing in New York City probably would have also had put a different gear in his mind as far, because people would always still would have been like, okay, you won one, let's see if you won another one type of thing. I do believe that. He said I'm gassing it a bit, yeah, but I do believe that. So, yeah, I think, you know, and only certain athletes can, because I've seen somebody say, well, if Jordan played like this, why other people can do it in Chicago? I think only certain people can get that certain gear in them, depending on how they wired or something like that. You know, even with all that pressure, can they do it? Can they do it? I think Derrick would have been a person that would have exceeded the pressure for sure if he wouldn't have had those injuries, because he was on that trajectory to doing so. But yeah, I don't think he said that to act like Mike wasn't like that in North Carolina. He was, you know what I'm saying? We know about the stories of him playing with the Olympic team and Bobby Knight saying Michael Jordan was the best player he had ever seen during the Olympic game, during the Olympic trials or whatever that was, right? When he played against when the college kids was playing in the Olympics and stuff, right? Jordan also had a lot of rules changed for him. Folks forget about that. Yeah, I mean they did some rule changes for sure, but I ain't gonna take away from the man greatness though. The man was a phenomenal basketball player for sure. And but yeah, I do get what Derrick is saying though about being in the Chicago environment, the culture here driving him to be better. Like I remember Derrick speaking about when he was in 8th grade, bro. And we had another point guard in Chicago by the name of Sharon Collins. Sharon was like my height. No, about an inch taller than me. I'm 5'9" and a half. Sharon was at least 5'10" and a half, 5'10", something like that, right? And Sharon could jump out the gym. He was a phenomenal basketball player and a phenomenal football. He was a great football player too. And Sharon was getting buzz throughout the city. Sharon a year older than D Rose. D Rose say he at a gym one time just kicking it as an 8th grader. And one of the dudes in the gym pointing at Sharon, what Sharon doing on the court, he pointed at Sharon and told Derrick, you can't F with that. You can't F with that, Derrick. You can't F with that. And Derrick say he's saying this to me. I'm eating my nachos and I'm on fire inside, cause he really think I can't be better than Sharon. He think I can't be better than Sharon. Sharon a year older than me. I'm an 8th grader, and this other dude from Chicago is telling me I can't f with this other boy on the court. You know what I'm saying? So he like, nah, I'm finna be better than him. And Derrick ended up being better than Sharon. He did. And he said the same dude that used to talk mess with to him, when he made it to the Bulls, he say, man, you remember I used to say that stuff to you about Sharon? We said, yeah. He said, yeah, I remember. I remember. I remember all of that. Yeah, now you see what it is. Now you really see what it is. And so I think that type of atmosphere, like that type of stuff, yeah, they pushed him. He was in 8th grade and a grown man is telling him this other boy a year older than him, he can't F with him at all. Really, I think it was some Chicago West Side versus South Side stuff. I think the boy was from the West Side. Sharon was from the West Side. I think the man that was talking crazy was from the West Side too, telling Derrick, the South Side kid, hey, you can't F with dude. You can't F with Sharon. And Sharon ended up winning a national championship at Kansas. He was a point guard at Kansas and all of that. Him and Mario Chalmers in the backcourt. They won a national championship, all of that. But Derrick was the better player for sure. So I do believe, and even when I hear about, I be taking away Kevin Garnett Chicago card, because I be like, hey, you can't be in Chicago 1 year. You know what I mean? You can't be in Chicago 1 year and be like you a Chicagoan for real. But Garnett even credits Chicago for giving him a different gear. You know what I'm saying? Like a more competitive edge, a more like ferocity, intensity. Him playing here that 1 year kind of helped shape him in certain ways because of the environment was so aggressive. It was so demanding. It was so like, hey man, it was a lot of pressure to succeed. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Derrick Rose a better player than Derrick Rose a better player than who? Sharon Collins. Sharon. So I don't even know if y'all remember Sharon Collins. Sharon was from Chicago. He's a point guard at Kansas. When they won the chip, it was him and Mario Chalmers were in the backcourt for Kansas at the time. Sharon was nice. Sharon was nice at Kansas. But yeah, I was saying that Derrick, when he was younger, I was speaking about the culture of the basketball in the city and how like the pressure to succeed here and people put it on you at a young age, and it kind of it either drives certain players to be better or they kind of wilt in that. And I was talking about how the older dude, grown man, was telling D Rose in 8th grade, and Derrick talked about it on My Expert Opinion podcast with Mav Hoffa. He spoke about how this grown man was telling Derrick when he was in the 8th grade, he couldn't F with Sharon Collins. He said Sharon was in the gym hooping. Derrick was sitting on the sideline eating nachos. He turned to Derrick and told him, you can't F with that. You can't F with that loud. Telling him, you ain't never that nice. you can't F with that. Yeah. Hey, Aaron, look up Sharon Collins highlights. Sharon, Sherron Collins. Look up his highlights. My man's, y'all know the dude, Filet? That dude, the one that be singing Skip That Lane on Instagram. A couple of weeks ago, he did a highlight. He did commentary over Sharon's highlights, probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago, actually. The dude Filet on Instagram. Yeah, Sharon could hoop, man. He was nice. He was nice, but Derrick was just something different. Something completely different. Yeah, I remember they tried to act like that one dude was better than Bron in high school. Who they talking about? Oh, you talking about Lenny Cook. Lenny was 2 years older than LeBron, too. That's a whole nother story for another day. But hold on. My bad, y'all. But yeah. So I don't think Derrick was trying to downplay Mike in any way, but I think it got misconstrued. And I really think, Derrick was showing pride as a Chicagoan. Chicagoans got a lot of pride, just like New York City dudes do. So, yeah, and I think he was, speaking on pride, just showing pride in the city and speaking on the culture of basketball here in Chicago as well. And so, yeah. See, yeah, I be seeing Lenny Cook's son in the hood, just like him, For real. Yeah, man. Yeah, I remember, man. I remember. I believe in Braun senior year. I think Luol Deng was like the number 2 player behind him at Blair Academy in New Jersey. I think Luol was like the number 2 player in a class when Braun was coming out of high school. And it was Braun, I think Luol Deng. Or Luol was the second or third best player coming out of high school. I always give Luol Deng a lot of credit, man. Luol was a consistent 17, 18 point game, 18 point per game scorer. 17, 16, 17, 18. He was consistently like that. He 2-time All-Star too. Luol Deng was a 2-time All-Star. So I give Luol a lot of credit. I always say Luol, outside of Hakeem Olajuwon, Luol was the first African dude I saw really go get a bucket. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'll be honest, as much as I salute your respect for Isaiah Thomas, he was the instigator and not shaking Jordan's hand. Yeah, probably so. You know what I'm saying? He say, I don't know what Zeke say, but probably so. Zeke ain't want to shake his hand for sure. He didn't. I slick wanted the Bulls to beat LeBron too. I mean, yeah, we did too. We did too. I knew it was going to be a hard task though, because outside of Derrick, nobody on the Bulls could consistently get you like Luol would have games where he had 25, sometimes 24. 30 was he had 30 before. Luol has had 30 points before. But Luol wasn't a dude that you can count on to give you 30 all the time. You can count on Luol, best game, give you 24, 23. Getting 30 was a lot to ask. And outside of Luol, nobody else could really get their own, you couldn't really get anybody else the ball and say go get a bucket. You couldn't draw up plays for Joakim. Joakim was not a dude Joakim scored off tip dunks and putbacks and alley-oops and stuff like that. He was like Tyson Chandler type. He didn't have an offensive game. Carlos Boozer, he was cool, shoot the little mid-range J, but he was better in the pick and roll offense. D Rose was not a pick and roll point guard at the time. Yeah, everybody else couldn't really get their own basket. I felt when D Rose went crazy on my Hawks. Y'all remember that, man? Jeff Teague was talking about that. I remember he was going crazy against Atlanta. I remember he hit the floater, like the teardrop floater, and the ball went up so high. By the time the ball came through the rim, by the time the ball came through the net, Derrick was right under the rim to catch the ball because he put it up so high. Yeah, LeBron definitely clamped Derrick. He did. That's really the only person I've really seen sit down in a chair and tell Derrick to drive past him. Because even if Derrick would beat him, he was able to pin Derrick's shot. Even if Derrick could beat him off the dribble, he was able to pin his shot and recover. A lot of people could not recover on Derrick when he blew past him. That was a problem. A lot of the guards could not recover on him at all. At all. Bron probably is the only one I've seen that could really sit down, and even if Derrick drove past him, he could recover and block the shot. Most of them couldn't do that. Especially pre-injury, no. I remember we took game 1 in Chicago. Yeah, y'all did. Took game 1. I remember my cousin was like, man, the Hawks gonna beat y'all. Atlanta finna beat y'all. I'm like, no, bro, we ain't losing. But yeah, man, I think Derrick put it in another gear. Simply because I think he just knew we needed a lot. We needed him to go to a different gear to win. So yeah. But against Miami, man, he became the focal point. They game plan to stop him and make everybody else score. And yeah, at that time, D Rose had Keith Bogans was a 2-guard. He talking about Lapid. Cut it out, Lapid. He's crazy. Yeah, but also Bron was blocking his shot a few times. You know what I mean? So D Rose had that D-Wade speed with a 40, and he had 40 vert. 41st. He actually was faster than Wade, truthfully. Uh, the 44-point game the Rose had reminded me when that '09 Braun dropped 47 in the A when they swept us. I'm trying to remember what year was that when he dropped 47. Is that the year when y'all had I feel like they swept Atlanta like 2 years in a row or something. Is that the year when all y'all almost your whole starting five went to the All-Star game? 2015. Kyle Korver was an All-Star that year. Jeff T. Um, what's my man name from Utah? What's old dude name, man, from Louisiana Tech? What's his name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. What's my man name? From you, he was in you started out in Utah. What is his name? I keep forgetting his name. Godly. '09 with ISO Joe and Josh Smith. Okay. But what's my man name I'm talking about from Utah? No, not Hayward. Black dude from Utah. From Louisiana Tech. He made a lot of money in the league, too. A lot of money. No, not Cal Korver. Cal Korver went to Creighton. He was like a power forward. Started off in Utah. Black dude. He ended up going to Denver later on. Paul Millsap. Yes. You're right. It's crazy. I can't remember. I really remember these names very well. Paul Millsap. There you go. Paul Millsap. I think Paul Millsap in 2015, y'all had like 4 All-Stars in Atlanta. It was Jeff, Kyle, Paul Millsap. And was it Al Horford? I think Al Horford was an All-Star that year too. Shout out to Al, man. Al had a very good career, for sure. But what you say, though, I still blame Tears for the first knee injury he had rose in the game with a 12-point lead with 2 minutes left in the fourth. But you know what, though, bro? A lot of people say that about Tears, but I just think the way Derrick played, he was too explosive a lot of times for his own good. And the way he played, it was a lot of cutting. He cut a lot. It was cutting, a lot of just explosions. It was like violent explosions a lot. And I think, I'm going to be real with you, I think at some point, he was going to get injured, even if it wasn't in that game, because of how, like, his game was predicated on athleticism and cutting, and his speed. He was super fast, and I think at some point it probably was going to happen. But I knew he was going to lose to LeBron, and he said Atlanta the flukiest first seed ever. Yeah, Mike Budenholzer, man, he had them playing well. That's when Budenholzer was the coach, wasn't he? That year when y'all had the number 1 seed. Yeah, he had them playing well, but I think they had great team chemistry, but sometimes you just can't beat no powerhouse. Like, you have great team chemistry, but sometimes, it's hard to beat the juggernaut, even when you got a great team chemistry. The Detroit Pistons is the only squad I've seen do that. The '04 Pistons, they say D-Rose never got injured. He just didn't want to sell his soul away. No, man. Derrick wanted to be an all-time great. I just think when he got hurt, everything slowed down for him as far as, like, life goes. You know what I'm saying? He started thinking about life differently after he got hurt. Braun was still at the height of his powers at that time. And I think, only certain teams can really pull that off. You got to be excellent defensively. And you got to have a nice amount of offense, too. That's why what Detroit did in '04, to me, is so outstanding to me, bro. Because on paper, they was never supposed to beat the Lakers on paper. No. Yeah, Raquel, I appreciate you. Y'all hit that like button for me. Too stoic. Man, but you know what? For real, we got a lot of dudes like that, though, in Chicago. Believe it or not. And I think a lot of people got this perception of Chicago that all of us is loud and rah, rah, rah. It's a lot of dudes like Derrick here. But I think that don't get it don't get glamorized like that. You know what I'm saying? Because majority, now I'm going to be real with you though, Athletic Mind. Majority of the dudes here are loud, aggressive, very aggressive. This is an aggressive place. But I was like D Rose. I wasn't a loud, aggressive person. I wasn't, You know what I'm saying? I'm really different from a lot of my family. My family, wow. If y'all see my family come on here, they much louder than me. All of that. You know what I'm saying? Derrick, and I think even Derrick spoke about how he's different from his whole family. Yeah, I just think he's just an introverted person. So, yeah, now corporate and skin bone them, yeah. Them Chicago dudes to the bone gristle. One skin bone west side, corporate south side. But yeah, a lot of Chicago got a lot of aggressive natured dudes here. But you got dudes like Derrick too, that's just real chill, relaxed, cool, calm, and collected too. So after the ankle injury 2021, that's when they finally left. D Rose kept his head on Uncle Hank and D. Yeah, they be crazy, man. Corporate is a hilarious dude, man. I always laugh at his skits for real. But yeah, like I said, when I seen Detroit with Detroit, I don't care. Them beating the Lakers, man. That is an all-time great feat to me. Like Ben Wallace really only 6'7" for real, 6'7.5", and he was holding his own against prime Shaquille O'Neal, right? None of them on that roster are top 75 greatest players of all time on Detroit Pistons roster, even though they were very good players on that team, very good. But none of them top 75, and they still was able to win. Chauncey was hitting all the big shots. Tayshaun was locking up. Tayshaun had Kobe quiet as kept. Tayshaun had Kobe in solitary confinement. Had that brother in Pelican Bay in Sing Sing. Locked up, they won't let him out. Now, Jabari, what's going on? Yeah, the Warriors would have beat them in four. All that talk she was doing. Yeah, so I also said that. Even though I love that Detroit team in '04, that Kevin Durant Warriors team, bro, asking asking Ben Wallace to come out on the perimeter and guard somebody, he never had to do that. He never had to come out on the perimeter and guard nobody. He always under the rim. You know what I'm saying? So Kevin Durant was a game changer for that team. Ain't nobody beating him. I don't see a healthy Kevin Durant, Steph and Clay, healthy Clay. I don't really see nobody beating that squad. Too much firepower. Too much. And Kevin Durant is really the X factor. So when she said they would have beat the Warriors that year, no, man, I love she. They not beating them boys, man. They not, and they don't got enough firepower. Nor do they Big Ben never had to guard nobody on the perimeter ever. The Warriors played too fast. I'm split talking about 2016, 2017 Warriors. Yeah, man. That 2016, 2017, yeah, they was fast. They were good defensively, very good defensively. Them boys, again, they could snipe at any given turn. Who you gonna double? If you double Steph, Clay open. If you double Clay, Steph open. If you double Clay, Kevin Durant open. You double either one of Clay or Steph, Kevin Durant wide open. And then occasionally Draymond would hit the three. You know, when he I remember in 2016 when LeBron beat them. And Draymond had 35 points in that game 7. He was hitting 3 after 3. And I'm like, dog, nah, fam. As a LeBron fan, I'm like, fam, he hitting all these shots, dog. They is not finna win this game. Was it LeBron at one of those parties? Well, Leo, to be fair, Kobe was at a Diddy party as well. I don't think everybody was at the Diddy party though, bro. I don't think like it was just popular. Diddy was one of the most famous people in hip hop culture. So everybody was going to them parties. Like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, everybody was going to them parties, bro. Because it was just a good time. After party guest list is interesting, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know how real them after party guest lists and stuff are. I don't really know. But yeah. D Rose made some controversial comments, huh? So um I guess yeah, to some people he did. Yeah. Yeah, everybody went to that party. Yeah, man. It was just it was a good time to go to them parties, man. Everybody was just trying to, everybody was at the party. Everybody was at them parties, man. All the celebrities, all of them. So I know no one from Rough Riders is on the list. Yeah, well, they was a little rugged, and Rough Rider dudes ain't. I don't. Was they ever really clicked up with Puff and them like that? I mean, the Locks and them got into it with Puff, and then they went over to Rough Riders. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Was X really cool with Puff like that for real? At any real point? So yeah, say Locks is Rough Riders, and they was they were probably a banking era. Jada's royalty check. Yeah, Kiss was mad at Puff for like messing with the money or whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah. But yeah, my point of me saying that was though, like back then, bro, everybody was at the parties and nobody thought nothing about it. People just wanted to go because it was the it thing to do and they wanted to have a good time. So it used to be engaged to Stevie J. I'm sure she was there long ago. Yeah, she was. She was engaged to Stevie J. She was. It was a networking thing. Yeah, networking thing and a hanging out thing too. Like everybody wanted to say they was at a Diddy party back then. Like literally. Everybody wanted to say they went to a Diddy party just to say they went. Cause they was like he was known for throwing the biggest parties you ever could imagine. So Lonzo Ball playing tonight. Let's go, Lonzo. I'm rooting for Lonzo, man. Lonzo, he been out for 2 years, man. I'm hoping that he come back and come back strong too. I'm hoping that he does. Really, that's what messed up the Bulls. If Lonzo wouldn't have got hurt, I think we would have made a deep little playoff run. If Lonzo didn't get hurt, man, but because the Bulls was rolling before Lonzo got hurt. So, but the Bulls need Lonzo. Defensively, Lonzo is great. He had improved his 3-point shot. He's always making the right pass, getting his teammates high percentage shots. So, yeah, I don't think she partake. I'm just pointing out stuff. Rough Riders was there too. Yeah. Right, Eve definitely. Right, she Rough Rider. She was definitely in the building. Uh, and yeah, you right. They was always protective over Eve, so they had to been there. Lonzo was getting really good, but yeah, Lonzo was getting real good. Big Meech home. Oh yeah, that I did not know. That I did not know. Well, I'm sure Lil Meech is excited to see his father and have him back out, and they can chill and watch TV and watch the TV show together. I don't think the freakouts go all the way back. The murder is that. Yeah, Diddy name been tied into a lot of street stuff, a lot of street endeavors, a lot of street endeavors for sure. Um, the freakouts do go back. Yeah, when Clive Davis was running. Yeah, I think Diddy, I think Diddy always was on some little freak time, but I just don't think that when he was doing them parties that everybody was that they was just going to have a good time. He had a specific, he was on his own time with a specific other group of people, not the people at the parties per se. You know what I'm saying? Everybody at the parties didn't participate in what he had going on. I think he had his own separate thing that he would do with separate people. Yeah, the parties was the parties. To kick it, have fun, have a good time. And on Diddy personal time, he did his own thing with a certain other group of people that he was doing that with. So uh Lil Meech's day. I don't think Lil Meech with Summer Walker. He not with Summer Walker no more. From what I know. Angel Reese paying $8,000 in rent. Holy him. Boy, she living somewhere extremely extravagant. For real, paying 8K in rent. Yeah, she must be living. She probably living downtown somewhere super, super nice. Put up. But you know, WNBA players, yeah, AK, she could have found us somewhere for a good little 4K, 3K. She won the ball though. West Coast, what's going on, boss? How you feeling? Did he pick Tank Davis up off the ground and had him toasted? What? What? Oh man, shout out Tank Davis, man. Shout out Tank. I was gonna do a video on Tank recently too. Um, yeah, I was gonna do it. I definitely was gonna do a video on it on Tank. I'm not looking forward to Tank's next fight though. But I roll up and y'all talking about freak out. You know, he brought up Diddy. And so I was just speaking about how I feel like everybody at them parties wasn't involved in what Diddy had going on. He had his own stuff going on with a select group of people. I mean, hey, a Big Meech had the money from. Yeah. I don't think the college one could have been seen. I don't know. Meech and them was doing a whole lot of stuff for real, for real. But yeah, I actually was gonna do a video on tanking them pretty soon. Cause he got a fight coming up, like I said, that I'm not excited about, but I'm gonna watch it though. I'm gonna watch it. I ain't excited about it though. But I'm gonna watch. Her salary is 74,000. What? She must got some hell of five endorsements to be paying to be making 74,000 and paying 8K a month. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. She must got a lot of endorsements or something. She saved up that NIL money that she got. She got the NIL money sitting around. Yeah, cause I ain't 8K, 8K. Yeah, man. He fighting, what you call it? Coming from 130. Lamar, what's his name? Lamar Roach. Coming from 130. Yeah, I don't like that at all. Tank finna put that boy to sleep. It's a good fight for Baltimore and the DMV. They want to see it, you know what I'm saying? Because of that, you know, how popular it is for the region. But that ain't nothing I'm excited about. I'm with you. I ain't paying for that now. I ain't paying for that at all. Now, Angel live in Chicago. She probably living in in Trump Tower or something downtown in Chicago. 8K a month is crazy. Yeah, them endorsements. Yeah, she got them endorsements, that NIL money saved up. Man, I ain't. Man. She could find her probably a place nice for her for like 3,500 a month, 4K a month, at least half of that, probably somewhere real nice. But I mean, I can't tell people what to do with their money. You do what you want to do with your bread, cause I get it, but I just feel like, man, 8K though. They know who she is. They like, hey, she got it. She got it. Hey, she got it, man. They know who she is. AK, hell no. Nah. Most athletes don't get paid ish. Well, the men athletes get paid a lot of money, depending on it, the revenue in the revenue generating sports for sure. You gonna talk about Mayweather being overrated? When you say overrated, I think Floyd Mayweather is a all-time great fighter. But like when you say overrated, as it pertains to well, I guess if you think he the best ever, then I guess you could say that's overrated. If you think he the best ever, I don't think he's the best ever, but yeah, Floyd got a hellified resume though, hellified resume. Probably got some of the best skill set. Probably got the uh in recent memory, probably got the best overall skill set I've seen in a fighter. Only thing Floyd doesn't have, everybody say he the go-go. Well, West Coast people don't really watch boxing like that. So, you know, they're going to go with whoever is the hot name. Most people can't name you more than 5 boxers all time. When you ask most people who their favorite boxers, they're going to tell you Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather. A lot of them can't even name you real, but like a lot of boxers like that. So they gonna just go with the popular name. But Floyd is an all-time great without question. I don't got him the best ever, but yeah. He said Rocky Marciano. There they go. There they go. Rocky was the dude who Rocky was based off. No, Rocky was based off Chuck Wepner, wasn't it? Chuck Wepner, I believe. Rocky was based off of Chuck Wepner, but he used the name Rocky. But I think it was based off Chuck Wepner. I could be wrong though. I hear D Rose' opinion, but Jordan from North Carolina, all the Southern States basketball is king of the hill. The Black Cat was held in MC, but in Chicago, he was able to showcase his skill set. Yeah, I ain't trying to take credit away from North Carolina because he North Carolina made him the basketball player he was for sure. Gotta hop on the zone. Okay, see you later, T Dominique. I'm gonna holler at you. I appreciate you getting on for sure. Based on Ali, God does Stallone being okay. So that makes sense. Which I say I got Ali over Floyd. Anybody else? I didn't care about that. Well, they probably gonna tell you Ray Robinson. They gonna have over a lot of people gonna have Ray Robinson over Floyd. They gonna have these old school training methods was different. Yeah. I'm glad to say anybody else he don't know. No, I mean, I guess he's saying like he don't know about anybody else being better than Floyd outside of like he said Ray Robinson. I like to say Ray Robinson. You got Ali. You're gonna have some people say, oh, you know what he was saying, right? Trying to think who some other people would say. You're gonna have some people. I think it's all about what you like to see, too, right? What type of fight you like to see. You got some people that say Floyd wouldn't have beaten Roberto Duran, Tommy Hearns, Ray Leonard. You got some people that say he wouldn't have beaten them guys. Now, you never know. Like I said before, Floyd was so defensively responsible. Like, yeah, he was just a different breed of skill. Ali the greatest still. Floyd probably was not beating Tommy Hearn. Yeah, Tommy was tall, rangy. I don't know. Motor City Cobra could crack. Like I'm talking about crack your head open. Like I don't. Yeah. I don't know. That Motor City Cobra was something different, boy. Tommy was something different, boy. I think Floyd could have beat Roberto. Now, me, athletic, I believe he would have beat Duran too. I believe Floyd would have beat Roberto Duran. Now, people don't like to say that because people go with a lot of times when you ask if an older fighter would beat the newer fighter, a lot of people always go with the older fighter. But I believe that Floyd was more skilled than Roberto. Roberto probably punched harder, but I don't think Roberto would have been able to land as cleanly on Floyd like that. Yeah, some would say Joe Louis, Brown Bomber, Joe Louis. As far as like when they say all-time greats ahead of Floyd, some would say Joe Louis. I got Sugar Ray beating Floyd too. Shit, Sugar Ray. Ray Leonard was a bad dude. Ray Leonard was tough. Mike Tyson almost killed Holyfield. No, Holyfield was whooping Mike Tyson head, boy. Holyfield was whooping Mike Tyson head in, boy. Hey, that young boy from Georgia wasn't playing no games. Hey, I'm of the belief people don't. Now, this is not a popular opinion. I'm of the belief that Evander Holyfield would have beaten Mike Tyson pre going to jail. Yeah. Them miles was big. Ray Leonard was like 5'10". How tall was Tommy? Tommy like 6'1", 6'2". How tall was Tommy? So lightweights, best boxers ever now. You think only a heavyweight could be the best boxers ever? Heavyweight? He said the lightweights, not the lightweight, not the welterweights, not the welterweight guys. Yeah, Tommy was like 6'1", 6'2". Nah, I'm gonna say this though, man. Um, man, featherweight. He said featherweight. Y'all want to know something that's so crazy? A lot of the times, well, no, I ain't gonna say that. Never mind. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. It wasn't just a skill; it was a pure malice, stoicism, and lack of care for human life. Yeah, Mike Tyson was, again, he was pure malice, all of that. But Evander was never scared of him though. Like Mike Tyson had dudes beat before he got in the ring because they was already scared. Evander was never scared of him though. They had already fought and sparred as shorties and Evander as young boys, and Evander just was never scared of Mike. Like what fight in the first fight or the second fight, Mike Tyson came out trying to knock Evander out from the jump of the bell. And when he saw Evander was throwing back and when he was not going, Mike said, okay, this motherfucker fighting back. You know what I mean? And Evander, I think Evander just was a different breed. Yeah, Roy was one of my favorite fighters all time. But when Roy athleticism started to wane, that's when you start seeing certain problems. When his athleticism started to go down, when he started having certain problems. The man who wouldn't think twice of letting all the rage out. Tyson had a bad drug problem around that time. Yeah, but he was beating other dudes though. He was getting into stuff. He was beating all them other dudes though. You couldn't beat Evander like that though. He was beating all them other dudes. Cause he got out of jail and became champion. Became champion once again out of jail. Now, if you want to know again, hold on. So if it wasn't Hollywood, so if that wasn't Hollywood, Holyfield would be Penn. Tyson versus Ali. Yeah, I prime Roy Jones something different. I mean, I seen Roy when Roy whooped on James Toney like that, man. You know, James Toney, lights out, one of my favorite fighters all time. Lights out ain't had no man. Lights out ain't have a shot in the dark against James Toney. I mean, against Roy Jones. Tyson lost all his big fights. People hate those facts. Nah, athletic man. I agree. Tyson would pick Ali. Tyson, I'm gonna say that people get mad at me when I say this. Mike Tyson, one of the most overrated heavyweight champions ever. And I'm not saying he's overrated like he wasn't good. He was an all-time great fighter. But people think Mike Tyson, the second greatest heavyweight to ever live. He is not. What's up, man? People think he the second greatest heavyweight to ever live. He is not. Mike, he not. Mike Tyson not even the best heavyweight in his era. His prime only lasted like 2 years. Mike Prime lasted for like 2 years for real. I think he was just so explosive and so dynamic, and he was stopping everybody that he was so much excitement around him. He was Kid Dynamite, man. He was a dynamo, man. He was the youngest heavyweight champion ever at 20 years old. Yeah, he top 10 for sure. But I think people got him like number 2. He wasn't better than Lennox. Hey, Lennox. Big Lennox was a problem, boy. Lennox Lewis. I don't look. The way he looked like too, people, yeah. Of his time. Yeah, like listen. Lennox not losing. Well, I ain't gonna say that because Lennox lost to Oliver McCall. But he avenged that loss when he got with Emmanuel Stewart. Yeah, I don't think Mike the best heavyweight of his era. He not top. No, he not. I can argue. I can't argue. I don't think he top 2 in the heavyweight division all time. No, I don't. Cause Mike Tyson beat Prime Big George better than Mike. George Foreman, Big George Foreman better than Mike. Big George out here wilding. How can I just come in and back up? You said that, man. Listen, I don't know. Big George won heavyweight championship in his 40s. Big George had 2 Hall of Fame careers. Big George retired at 28 years old, came back 10 years later, was still whooping dudes. He say Smoking Joe ahead of Mike too. That was in my opinion, such a random investment. Oh yeah. Athletic mind, be nice, man. Be nice, athletic mind. Leo, Messi, you all good, my boy. Nah, but he got into the grill. Yeah, the grill, getting into the grills. Larry Holmes, you right. Eastern Assassin with that jab, boy. Larry just wasn't stopping dudes left and right. You say who not a Now see, now when I say this, y'all say he not ahead of Mike Tyson. And I'm asking y'all this. What do y'all rank Mike Tyson at all-time heavyweight? For heavyweight fighters, where y'all got Mike at? What do y'all rank Mike? You got him 2? I don't got Mike that high. No, all-time heavyweight. I don't got him 2 though. I don't get Mike 2. I don't. All right, athletic man, where you rank Lennox Lewis at? Lennox. Where you got Lennox at? You say you got Mike 6? Okay. Now who y'all got above Mike? As a heavyweight. You got Lennox top 5. Lennox. Where you got Evander at? Lennox was a problem, wasn't he? Lennox was putting that belt on boys. Boy, what? Lennox was putting that belt on boys. Ali, Joe Louis, Jack Johnson. Oh, you got Jack Johnson. Yeah, can't forget about Jack Johnson now. Can't forget about Jack Johnson. See, you got Evander 7. Evander. Hold on. Say Rocky Marciano. So hold on, you got Lennox 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rocky, Evander, Prime Mike, Lennox, Evander. Not seeing Mike. Y'all say that, bro. Y'all say that. I don't know though. I don't know. Like Mike Prime only lasted like 2 years though. Mike was out of his prime by the time he was like 24 years old. 25 years old. Now, I don't think Mike Powell was overrated. I don't think it was overrated at all. I just think, see, look, though. Back in the day, they had a fight every month. Mike wasn't fighting every month, though. Mike wasn't fighting. He wasn't fighting every month. Now, Ray Robinson then was fighting every month, though. It was Ray Robinson that was fighting every month. Come on, Mike hadn't been the same since he went to jail for that BS life. Y'all don't know though, man. Now, quiet as kept, they said Evander Holyfield always had Mike Tyson number, even when they was kids sparring. Said he always had Mike number. I think some fighters got certain people number, man. Like Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe always had Evander Holyfield number. Big Riddick Bowe, Big Daddy Riddick Bowe. Evander always had problems with Riddick Bowe. Always. I think sometimes certain fighters got certain people number. So I don't know. I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, first, because people say that though, because Mike was the one name they remembered the most. Mike was packaged I think how a fighter is packaged, that matters. Mike had the rough, grimy background. So and people don't. Evander was a Christian guy, a clean cut guy. He didn't have as many knockouts. Um, Not to mention when he was trying to die, he lost his weight, cheated him on Buster Douglas fight. Let me say, I think, and Mike was just, first of all, like I told y'all, people only remember like 4 fighters. It had been all these boxers. People only remember Ali, Mike Tyson. They don't even remember George Foreman for being a boxer. They remember George for making grills. So they remember Mike because, hold on one second. They remember Mike because Mike was packed. Mike was he was a street dude. People like that street aura on their fighters. They like street. That's why they like Tank Davis. Tank knocks people out, and he has a street aura around him. Evander was not a street dude. Casual be asking me why Floyd never. Hold on, why what? Yeah, people only remember like 4 boxers. Why Floyd never fight Mike? Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. People don't. First of all, black folks don't watch boxing at all. So let me say that. Most black people, I'm telling you, when Errol Spence fought Terrence Crawford, do you know certain black people? Ali wasn't street, right? But Ali was of the people. He was a people's champion during a time where black people really needed a voice. So that also elevated him as well. He was all-time great, but he was for the people, for black folks. Now, I think today though, people like a dude with a street edge. They like a dude with a mean bravado. People like a dude with a street edge and a mean bravado. So that's why they like Tank Davis, and Tank knocked people out. You know, Tank got a rough past. His mama and daddy was both on drugs. He was in a group home. He got that Mike Tyson type story. Mama, daddy on drugs in a group home. Tank didn't really speak that well when he first started fighting. People like them type of stories. And then Tank knocked people out. And casual fans like to see knockouts. Mike then got hit, got backed up with a hit, but he kept going hitting. That's true. That's true. But I think people like Mike because he was knocking folks. If Mike wasn't knocking people out, they wouldn't have liked Mike like that. Being real with you. Casual fans like knockouts. That, as great as Larry Holmes was, Larry not remember as much because Larry he was fighting behind the jab. You know what I'm saying? So people like Mike because he was a knockout machine. You know? They are doing Terrence Crawford like how they doing Mike when he hit, doesn't. Yeah. But I'm gonna be real though. America was never really behind Bud the way they was behind Mike. They never. Bud just became popping like to non-boxing fans after the Errol Spence fight. To non-boxing fans, Terrence ain't never had the pulse of America the way Mike had it. You know, none of these fighters really had the pulse of America like that. Well, I believe Bud fought well. I just think Madrimov he wasn't a stationary target. He was a bigger, stronger guy. Got a lot of upper body movement. So you know, he was doing a lot of feinting. So I don't think Bud could really get off on him a certain way he could. With Errol was trying to go for. Errol was trying to kept coming forward. Kept stepping forward. Errol wasn't using a lot of upper body like movement and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So he said, "Bud, get no excuse. Look around, pick a bus." Oh, well, you know what that come with. What he said, make adjustment. I think T Bud is a great fighter though. I think Bud is a great fighter. What? Oh boy, was not fighting like a champion. I don't like Canelo. Why is he the face of boxing? Well, Canelo's an all-time great with a Haney versus. I'm gonna get to that in a minute, West Coast. He's an all-time great fighter though. Like him, like I love him, I hate him. He's an all-time great fighter, and he's still a face of boxing because Mexico rides with him, and Mexicans make up a large part of the fan base. My bad, Joe. Well, like I say, Mexicans make up a big part of the boxing fan base. So he gonna always be a popular fighter.
Hi.
How you doing?
What's it? Thanks.
Sharice?
Sharice, there we go, buddy.
Thank you. All right. Bud, my favorite fighter. I'm just highly critical. I got you. So, yeah, Canelo always gonna be a face because, like I said, the Hispanic fighters always Hispanic fan base make up. They come check out their fighters, and Canelo got a lot of support. So, hey man, oh fried good, man. West Coast asks, I'm gonna give it to him. Here, Malcolm. Here, buddy. You asked what I think about, black fighters gonna have to support our fighters. So we got to get black fans back into the sport of boxing. Black people don't really watch boxing like that unless tank fighting. When only time black people watch boxing now is when tank fighting now, because black people don't like the sweet science like that. Yeah, but I watched the Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia fight. Yeah, I did. I think when Devin got clipped the first part of the fight, first of all, that boy was on that stuff. First of all, Ryan was on that stuff. He was. And while Osterman is not they like, Osterman don't make you throw punches good. But it had him in there much fresher and stronger than Devin. Ryan didn't even get all the way down to 140 pounds. He was at 143. And the Osterman helps you cut weight and still keep your strength at the same time. So I believe he was stronger than Devin that night because he did not get all the way down to 140, and because he was on the Osterman. So I do believe it had him stronger than what he usually would be in a fight. Now, I believe Devin fought the wrong game plan. When Devin got hurt, he started trying to come forward, and kept trying to return fire instead of just boxing Ryan. Devin is a better boxer than Ryan Garcia. Ryan really just got the hook. Ryan got fast hands, and he got some pop to him, but he's not a better boxer than Devin. First of all, I hate that little ugly Philly shell he be doing when he turned his whole body to this. I hate that. Right? If he's fighting Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, they lighten his body up as soon as he turns to the back. Light his body up. But I think Devin got too suckered into trying to return fire after he got hurt, instead of just boxing. Because if you saw, Devin, even after getting hurt early in the fight, Devin was still winning rounds in between that. You know what I mean? At times. So just box. Yeah, just box. But even after he got caught cheating. So Steven, that's a lot of people that do that really don't watch boxing, bro. They don't really watch boxing, bro. They'd be like Deebo Samuels and them. They just look at, don't nobody care about you using steroids. Steroids, performance enhancing drugs matter in sports. That's why they get tested for it. Hold on, what you say, West Coast? Do I think what? Do I think he fought the wrong game plan? What you ask me? Ryan naturally gifted. Yeah, Ryan is a naturally gifted guy. He's gifted with great hand speed and power. But Devin is a more well-rounded fighter. Yes, I believe that. Yes. But Devin has Ryan is more naturally gifted. Hand speeds, quicker hands than Devin, better power. But Devin is a better overall fighter than him. You know, Tio Lopez annoying. Yeah, he is. I'm telling you right now, if Teofimo Lopez get in there with Tank Davis, he's getting stopped in brutal fashion. In brutal fashion. Now, people say, Tio rises. People are like, oh, Tio fights to the level of his competition. I believe that to be somewhat true. But I promise y'all, I think he ain't never been hit hard like that. Yeah, Tio and Ryan be on that, they on that racist act. They both gonna get beat, though. Tio a tough fight. He a tough fight. But the brother was having close fights with Sandor Martin, too, though. So it's like, I don't be knowing where he at. Because he'll go and beat Lomachenko, then have a close fight with Sandor Martin and lose to George Kambosos. And Devin Haney smoked George Kambosos' boots twice. Smoked his boots twice. So styles make fights in boxing. We know that. Styles make fights, but man. Yeah, styles make fights. Yeah, we always say styles make fights in boxing. That's very, very true. It's very true. But Ryan ain't Ryan ain't supposed to be at the, not at all. He can't even make 140. He ain't made 140 yet. He need to be at 47. But if he go to 47, he got to fight Jerron Boots Ennis probably, which I don't think he wants to do at all. At all. He can talk like he do. He don't want to fight Jerron Boots Ennis at 47. Yeah, I do believe Tio would be the most athletic person Tank fought. Yeah, but I do think Tank would catch him and hurt him, though. I do believe that. Yeah, I do believe Bill. People's dislike for Devin comes from Bill. For a fact. For a fact. I do believe that. Yeah, I do believe that. I do believe that. But my thing is this, though. Like, I'm gonna ask y'all this. Do y'all think did people hate Danny because of, well, Teofimo's father be talking crazy too, though? Did in y'all opinion, did people hate Danny Garcia because of his father Angel? Did they? Maybe they did. Tio father be talking too. So I don't know. I be going back and forth on that. A dead mama fame with Ryan. Yeah, I seen that, man. Crazy. I seen that, man. And I hated that too. They ready to clown because they want to clown Devin so bad. I respect Bill Haney more than I respect LeVar Ball. LeBron James. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, man. I feel him. I'm riding with my son, though. I don't be caring about. I'm riding with my son, man. I'm riding with my son. Bill been there all the way. Bill, the one that took his son to Mayweather gym as a young boy. I'm riding with my boy. I'm riding with my son. I don't care what nobody talking about. So, yeah, Bill took him to Mayweather gym as a shorty. And then when Floyd Sr. started having problems, because Floyd Sr. got some health issues and stuff like that. He like, look, okay, I'm going to ride with my boy. I'm standing down on my son. And he serves as Devin's promoter a lot of times as well. Promoting him with the fights and trying to get the fights going and all of that. And ride with your boy. Ride with your seed, man. I don't care nobody talking about. Yeah, you rock with your son, man. Y'all hear, man, in the background right here. I'm riding with my boy. I don't be caring nobody talking about. William Haney do and say shady ears. That's why people don't like him. But then they take it out on Dale. That's not fair, bro. Now, I'm going to say this, too, though. And I didn't like this from Floyd Mayweather. Now, y'all know I respect Floyd. I think Floyd one of the best fighters ever. But Floyd be doing this. Floyd ain't never went live after a fight and did interviews, post-fight analysis of a fight. Right? Never done that. Never done that. Soon as Devin lose, here come Floyd giving a post-fight analysis of the fight. Right? Post-fight analysis of the fight. Bill don't like certain stuff that Floyd does. Floyd was out there trying to give running with Ryan Garcia, rocking with Ryan. Um, yeah, Floyd. As soon as Devin lose, Floyd get on there. Floyd get on there having a fight review of the fight. Floyd ain't never done that before. He be killing me, and I told you I always give him credit. He's one of the greatest fighters I've ever seen, skill for skill. But he do a lot of weird stuff. Like I remember when Deontay Wilder was getting ready to fight. What's my man name? Tyson Fury, and here come Floyd. You know, they got these heavyweights on. You know, they doing their thing, but you know, I was making more money. I was making more money. All these dudes fighting right now. I was making more money than all of these dudes fighting on TV right now. All of them that's fighting. I was making the most money. I was breaking more records. Nobody asked him none of this. Why are you trying to like trash the fight between a dude? Deontay was a PBC fighter at the time. Now Floyd Mayweather say he bankrolled Premier Boxing Champions PBC. Why are you trying to talk about how you making more money? How you making more money than what a PBC fighter is making right now? And a PBC fighter is in one of the biggest fights of his career, and you went into talking about how you was making more money than them. Like what? Like what did you say? If Floyd ever say he want his fighters to be better than him, just know he lying. He definitely be lying. Look, I hate when he do this. He be like, he be answering questions nobody asked him. He be like, do I have a $50 million mansion? Absolutely. Do I have a $20 million watch? Absolutely. Do I have a do I have a $18 million necklace? Absolutely. Did I make $1 billion off the Manny Pacquiao fight? Absolutely. Nobody asked him these questions. He just be just saying this. Like who asked you this? He do that all the time. I'll be like, what is he? What is he talking about? Nobody asked you, did you have a $50 million mansion? But he just do that all the time. But yeah, he be having weird little stuff about him. You know what I'm saying? And like, but I didn't like it be just certain stuff he be doing. I be like, what? But yeah, Floyd waited till Devin lost and get on there trying to give a post-fight analysis. Like, bro be facing for no reason. Like, Floyd, you 52. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell y'all, Steven. Look, I'm telling y'all, I was the biggest Floyd Mayweather fan. But when he started giving black folks his butt to kiss, he telling Colin Kaepernick needs to worry about being a starting quarterback. He needs to worry about not being a backup. He needs to be trying to get a job in his court. Instead of worrying about kneeling, he needs to be trying to be a starting quarterback. Saying all the stuff white folks want him to say. Then he get out here when the rappers was talking about Gucci and the like clothing that was disrespectful to black people, about Gucci having clothes that was disrespectful and racist to black people. Here come Floyd Mayweather posting up in front of the Gucci store recording himself. See me, I'm a leader. I do what I want to do. I'm a leader. I don't follow everybody else. I'm a leader. I'm at the Gucci store. We just left the Gucci store. Showing black people like you giving us your butt to kiss. Like, come on, bro. Like, let's be for real. Why would you got to record this? That you outside the Gucci store when everybody black is having a problem with certain stuff that Gucci doing. You want to show us that you're a leader and you're still going to Gucci in the midst of all of this. Like, what? For the same dude he slept with his best friend girl and laughed when his best friend did. Man, see, I told y'all, I know they said Floyd be dirty macking. Andre Berto say, like, they be kicking it with similar girls, and Berto be like he say, Floyd be asking people, are you rolling with him? Like, you can't. Floyd the type of dude that'll tell a girl, I got more money. I bet your man ain't got more money than me though. I bet you he ain't got more money than I do. He ain't got no money like me though. You got a man, but he ain't got the money I got. And that's why the girls be using him for his money all the time. He be getting used for his money all the time. Like, you see, because I'm going to say this though. Floyd he'll tell a girl, your man he ain't got no money like me. And I always say this, a lot of times athletes and like rappers, they do the most tricking because they really are not confident in talking to girls on their own merits. Now, there's nothing wrong with spending money on a girl that you like and a girl that you're dating and a girl that you're, courting. But Floyd will meet a girl and just throw all his money at the girl just to get her and get her affections and her attention. And that's why he be getting his girlfriends taken from him so easily by dudes that got less money than him. Cause Floyd ain't really, I don't think he really know how to like interact with women like that. He just be throwing his money around. I don't think he really know how to interact with women for real. He just know how to tell a girl, I can buy this for you. I can buy that. And I got more money than your man. And women get tired of that money talk after a while. You gotta have some charisma, some personality, some good conversation. You gotta have some charm about yourself. Cause they get bored of just you. I mean, they cool with you cashing them out after a while. After a while, they get tired of that. That's why Princess Love left him for Ray J. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know Von Miller child's mother came from Floyd camp. Princess Love left Floyd to be with Ray J. Miss Jackson left Floyd to be with Nelly. They say Yaya Mama was messing with Nelly at one point too. Because it's not about how much money you can spend on a woman. It's how you can interact with that woman, make her feel, all of that. And I think he's just really awkward, like a lot of times. But one of the greatest fighters I've ever seen with my own two eyes. I'm never going to discredit his ability as a fighter. But it just be certain stuff he be doing, like... Do I have a $50 million yacht? Absolutely. Like, what? Hey, when Devin lost, Floyd got on camera smiling, laughing, post-fight analysis. Like, I was like... But yeah, told when Deontay Wilder got the fight lined up, man, I'm making more money. I was making more money than all these heavyweights on TV. You looking at the guy that took heavyweights off of TV. I'm the one that took them off TV in the first place. Which, I will say this. Floyd did take the focus off of the heavyweights. But I'm going to say this too. The lack of Americans in the heavyweight division decreased the interest in heavyweight boxing. I truly believe that the heavyweight division goes as far as the best American in the division. And at the time, we had the Klitschko brothers in heavyweight division, and America was not interested in them. Like, when they were the champions, nobody, I promise you, ask a casual person, like a random person walking down the street, who was the heavyweight champions of the world when the Klitschko brothers was heavyweight champion? They probably couldn't even tell you who the heavyweight, they wouldn't be able to tell you. Like, the heavyweight division goes as far as the best American. Honestly, boxing in general goes as far as the best American fighter in boxing. I truly believe that. But especially the heavyweight division. If it ain't an American in the mix, people don't really be enamored like that. The casual, sports period. You need an American in the mix. Klitschko, Klitschko, Ukraine. Ray J slightly pushed Princess in the pool. Yeah, I did see that. Was funny when he pushed her in the pool, though. I ain't gonna lie. That was funny. Yeah, I think so to make a point. Now, Anthony Joshua was a heavyweight champion. Tyson Fury had beat Klitschko before. But when in the heavyweight division started getting back interested in America? When Deontay Wilder was in the mix too. That's when people started saying, oh, dang, we got a fighter in the mix? Okay. When we had an American dude in the mix, that's when the interest, AJ wasn't really getting no. Joshua British, he is. But what I'm saying is, he was already champion, and when Tyson Fury was champion, it wasn't no buzz about heavyweight boxing in America like that. Even when AJ was a great fighter, but nobody was caring about heavyweight boxing when AJ and them just had the belts and Tyson Fury had the belt. When Deontay Wilder got the strap and he started beating dudes and we started hearing his name more, that's when people in America was like, okay, heavyweight boxing was back. heavyweight boxing back when they seen Deontay in the mix, because it was an American dude in the mix. Now, okay, it's interesting now when the American is in the fold. I always say that about any, like, even he has it tatted on him, African. Yeah. Now he from the UK. I mean, he raised in the UK, but he's a Nigerian. AJ is a Nigerian for sure. Like men's basketball. Now West Coast, they get upset with me when I say this. The NBA, the popularity of the NBA is only going to go as far as the American, the best American in the sport. If they keep on trying to make all these European dudes the focus and the center point of NBA basketball, the popularity will continue to decrease for several reasons. A lot of the European players, majority of them do not have the je ne sais quoi to keep the general public as interested as it was. When NBA basketball was at its height, we had Michael Jordan, we had people with gregarious personalities like Shaquille O'Neal. Jokic cold, he's phenomenal. But Jokic don't put butts in seats like that, athletic mind, because he can't jump over a sheet of paper. He doesn't have a exciting game. He's fundamentally sound. He's exciting for me and you to watch. For real basketball fans to watch, because we like skill. But the American public, your grandma and them don't know who Jokic is. Your grandma and them know who LeBron James is, though. Your grandma and them know who Michael Jordan is. They know who Kobe Bryant is. They know who Shaquille O'Neal is. They know who Allen Iverson is. Yeah. Americans have a swagger that can be sold to the public, and people, they gravitate to that. They have a certain je ne sais quoi about them where it's like, oh no, man. Yeah, and I'm telling you, but the NBA is trying to push for the foreign international players. They want an international game. As great as Wemby is, as great as he is, I don't think you're gonna need another player with the aura of a LeBron James, another American player with that aura to get basketball back at a certain pinnacle. LeBron about to go, and he still is moving the needle. He's in his 20-something year because they have not found somebody else to replace him. They haven't found another American athlete to replace him. You know, whenever they need to find another American, hold on, I remember Dwight locked down Jokic when he was in the Lakers. Yeah, they need Kobe to bring the gold back to USA. Nah, yeah, Kobe balled out. I remember that. We were struggling with Patty Mills and them in that Olympic Games in '08. Patty, little 21, 22, 20-year-old Patty Mills was firing up Team USA. Patty Mills was still in college at St. Mary's when he was balling. So Kobe was phenomenal in that '08 Olympics. He hit some very big shots for Team USA because we were struggling with them Australians and all of that. Not Timmy. Well, Timmy didn't play with Team USA that year. They wanted to be Anthony Edwards and Ja. But I'm gonna ask y'all, does it feel like Anthony Edwards and Ja have the same type of aura around them that a LeBron James had, or even an Allen? Well, maybe, I don't know. Like, as great as they are, do y'all think they got the same aura as an Allen Iverson and a LeBron James, Ja? And to be fair, I want to see how they play this year. But I don't think they got that aura, man. Yeah, like LeBron James and them had that aura, man. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, they had a certain aura about them. LeBron had an aura about him coming out of high school that you couldn't even deny. And again, they need another figure like that for the NBA to really still be prominent. They're going to have to find another American dude that's going to be moving the needle like that. You say you believe Ja got it? I think Giannis can be the face of the league. Giannis is my favorite player. LeBron my favorite player. But Giannis is, outside of LeBron, Giannis my favorite guy to watch right now. But I think Giannis don't got that American je ne sais quoi to really sell himself as the face of the league for real. He don't got it. He's a great player, fun to watch, outstanding game. He has an exciting game. But it's something missing in his aura for people to gravitate and hold on to. People telling me about SGA, but come on, he cool. Yeah, SGA, he can hoop. He can ball out his mind. He don't got that aura either. Zion was supposed to be the one, Rose, but Zion couldn't stay healthy. And then Zion like running around. Zion be running around with porn stars too, you know. With adult, I hope they don't demonetize me. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's NBA is in a strange place, man. The old guard still got it. The old guard is still holding the torch, still. But you know, it's yeah, I don't know. I guess we have to see, man. When LeBron them finish, I guess who will be next? Yeah, it's gonna be tough replacing dude. You're gonna need another figurehead that is that because LeBron, he fit a category. He had an American aura, genocide, like that aura around him. He was a young dude, so the young kids rock with him. He was polarizing because the old heads didn't like he was being compared to Michael Jordan. Oh, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I think he need you gonna need he had a certain factor about him. I'm not gonna lie, he better get his son together. Yeah, Bronny gonna have to go play in the G League, man. Get them reps in, man. Get better. Get better. But Bronny ain't finna be no LeBron James. He just, you know, Bronny best bet to be, you know, a 3-and-D guy. 3-and-D guy, play some defense, hit the occasional three. You know. That's Bronny's ceiling to me, to be a 3-and-D guy in the league. Partying with Dick losing, yeah, no wonder. Now everybody was partying with Diddy, legend. Kobe was at a Diddy. Y'all keep saying it. Kobe was at a Diddy party. Do y'all know that? Everybody was at Diddy parties, bro. He was. It's West Coast, I'm serious. It's pictures of Kobe Bryant. I can show you. Go look it up. Put Kobe Bryant Diddy party. He was at the party with pictures of him with Diddy at the party. So I'm saying that to say, I'm not trying to say Kobe was doing something. I'm not, because I don't think everybody was in. I'm not saying people was at no freak stuff. But I'm saying everybody was at the Diddy party. My point is saying everybody was there. Everybody. It was a point. Diddy was, again, it was cool to be at a Diddy party, man. 10 years ago. You know, even 6-7 years ago was cool to be at a Diddy party. Five years ago. Now it's a stigma about going to a Diddy party now. But everybody was at them parties, man. Everybody. Shaka Khan was there. You know what I'm saying? Aretha Franklin up in there. Right. It's two different type of little parties. You know, so everybody was there, man. Come on, man. Back in the day, y'all would have been at the Diddy party back in the day. Just to say y'all have been there. That's why LeBron been losing. Nah, I mean, he been losing because the Denver Nuggets have always, they role players play outstanding against the LA Lakers. Everybody is on when they play them. You know, LeBron and AD have a great game. The game will be close. This past year, the games were all close. But it came down to the wire. And Jamal, whenever Jokic plays well, against the Lakers, everybody plays well. KCP was hitting all his shots. Jamal Murray was hitting all his shots. Michael Porter Jr. could not miss against the LA Lakers with a hand in his face. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But honestly, West Coast AD played well against against the Nuggets. He be getting off on Jokic. Jokic can't stop him. It's just he can't stop Jokic either. So they cancel each other out a lot of times. And it comes down to the role players. And the Denver Nuggets role players outplay the Lakers role players. You said your Haitian parents ain't going. That's how Dallas Mavericks won against them at me. Role play. Look, bro, man, remember what was the year? Bruce Brown them? Bruce Brown them was balling out against the Lakers. Ain't that the boy named Bruce Brown? Bruce Brown them balling out. Like, it was just every time the Lakers had a close game, Michael Porter Jr. want to hit 7 threes. Jamal Murray want to hit 6 threes. 4 in the fourth quarter. KCP want to have 16 points this game. It was like all the role players play well for them at the right time against the Lakers. Right now, Denver lost them guys. Denver lost KCP. They still got Michael Porter Jr. Get a Kobe type of Magic worthy type. Look at Legend. Get a Kobe type. What Kobe type of player out there, Legend? Or Magic? What Magic worthy type of baller out there? Gotta get rid of Bron. They not finna get rid of LeBron James, bro. Murray was clutch. Bruce Brown too. Yeah, them boys clutch against them. Well, I'm gonna say this too. Part of the reason why LeBron James joined the Lakers at 34 years old. So he was already out of his prime coming to play with the LA Lakers, to be honest with you. LeBron James' prime, his prime ended in 2018, for real. 2018. That last year in Cleveland, that was the last year LeBron James was the best player in the NBA. 2018 in Cleveland. After that, I had Giannis Antetokounmpo. So LeBron can still score. He can still play very well. But now his scoring and the stat line does not affect winning the same way it used to. The same way it did when he was in his early 30s and through his 20s. It doesn't affect it in the same way because he's tailing off. He's almost 40 years old. You're right. He's almost 40 years old. So you see it. He's tailing off now. He can still go out there and ball them young boys up. But he can't control the pace of the game anymore. He's older now. 2018, he was on one in Cleveland. On one. That was really the best version of him. Out like his athletic peak was in Miami. But 2018 was the best culmination of him. He was in he had a post game. He was doing all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I think now, yeah, he's tailing off. He's been tailing off for years. But he can still outball these young boys. He still can play better than them. But he's tailing off. He came to LA to set up his next moves out of basketball. But see, I don't think he had to be in LA to do that necessarily, though. Well, I mean, I guess if you want to shoot movies, right? But yeah, I really think he wanted to be a Laker. I think he wanted to be a Laker to play in a historic franchise like this. I think he wanted to be a part of the Laker lore type thing. I think he wanted to do that. A lot of them dudes did that. Wilt Chamberlain came in his late 30s to play with the Lakers. Wilt did it. Kareem came after some years when Milwaukee. I think he wanted to experience being a Laker, experience playing for that franchise, and he really loves Magic Johnson. And I think he really wanted to be a part of that with Magic and them, and all that. But yeah. Hell, his retirement, his final game will probably be the most athletic event of his life. Yeah, his last game is gonna be crazy. Last game gonna be crazy. What do you say? No Bron pushing past Wizards era Jordan. I'm gonna be real with you. Hold on. Yeah, but I think LeBron last year, I think his prime ended that last year in Cleveland. You good? What's wrong? Oh. The Gen Z's final cultural moment. Yeah, part of me believe LeBron really cemented his legacy on the Cavs team his whole career like Kobe did the Lakers. Really should have cemented. All right. Yeah. But you know what, though? I think he had to leave Cleveland. I don't think Cleveland was ever really going to get him any... I don't think they were going to get any roster moves for him to really contend for a chip in Cleveland during their first stint in Cleveland. I don't think they were going to be able to get anybody. Look, their best free agency moves was Mo Williams and a 37-year-old Shaquille O'Neal. You know what I'm saying? So I think he knew uh in order for him to kind of like reach a certain level he wanted to reach in his career, he would have had to leave Cleveland. LeBron screwed himself trying to sign Kyrie. I don't even think that's really what happened. To be real with you, I think Kyrie just wanted to go. I think what Kyrie kind of put it like he knew Bron was leaving. He saw what the plan was in the first point. For what the plan was going forward in Cleveland, he didn't want to do no part of it, so he wanted to leave. From Ohio, Lakers was just to get some love outside of the Midwest. I remember LeBron's a Cavs player only. Yeah. He saw that he saw Bron was leaving. He didn't like the Cleveland's plan for the future. He was gone. And truth be told, I think Kyrie wanted to. I think Kyrie wanted to man his own team, so I think he wanted to be manning his own team too. But I think he also found out how hard it is to do that, especially when you're 6'2", you're a small guard, and that has a history of some injuries too. It's kind of hard for Kyrie to be he can't be the best player on the championship team. Kyrie can't. And I think he see that now, which is why he's fine being the second fiddle to Luka Doncic now. As great as Kyrie is, Kyrie's a weapon. Kyrie can't be your best player to win a chip. I don't think so. Me personally, I don't think he can. I think he's a weapon, though. He's a weapon that you need. He's a weapon, hellified weapon you're going to need. But I think Kyrie is a 1A. A 1B to your 1A. So did they do Kyrie dirty in Boston? No, Kyrie didn't get along. I'm going to say this, man. Kyrie's personality, he was starting to show some of that Kobe Bryant Mamba mentality stuff as far as getting along with teammates. And I think that he didn't mesh well with them young boys. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I don't think he meshed well with them. And it was like, oh no. I don't think they really enjoyed playing with him either like that for whatever reason. Okay. He almost out of that. What do you get? You got another one? Because the other one's low. Hold on 1 second. You hold 1 second, John. Hold on here. Do. 1 second, y'all. Trying to get my boy together. Come on, man. All right, y'all. I'm back. Kyrie was butting heads with the young boy, with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. And I think that's why he left. Cleveland. No. Bron, he get on his teammates too, but Kyrie was aloof from them. Like, he wasn't talking to them. He was standing out like he was standoffish, what I'm saying. Bron ain't never been a standoffish teammate. Kobe Bryant had that in him. Like, he was so... And I think it has to do with how people grow up. Kobe was an aloof individual. He's not like... he's not like a... He's not a friendly person for the most part. Like, so I don't think sometimes I think Kobe, like, he didn't know how to be like, what's the word I'm looking for? Ingratiating at times. You know what I mean? What I'm saying. So yeah, LeBron get on teammates too. He does. But I think Bron being an only child, has him like being more ingratiating to people at times, like being like not standoffish, but like being or like Kobe and Kyrie kind of got standoffish personality. They was like, it was times Kyrie wasn't even talking to people in practice and stuff. In Cleveland, he would just come in sometime and not really talk to people and stuff like that. Sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like, that's what I mean. Personality a little can be like that. Uncle Remus. I like Uncle Remus. I ain't never had Wilmers, though, to be real with you, bro. So I'm not talking about the cussing out teammates per se. I think Kyrie was standoffish with them also. And I think that didn't work well with their personality as well. So, sometimes personalities clash. Sometimes some guys can be like that, to where it don't matter. But some guys need teammates that's kind of like more ingratiating and more like, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of embracive. And Kobe talked to who he wanted to talk to per se, but he was an aloof individual too. He said, "Baby." Nah, I mean, I think you got to handle certain teammates differently. Some guys they don't mind that. I think I heard Anthony Edwards say that sometimes certain people need a certain leadership style, right? Every leadership style doesn't work with everybody. For example, Michael Jordan, he talked to you if you in the gym. Yeah, that's cool, but let me make the point. Michael Jordan, his style of talking to people wouldn't have worked with like a Patrick Beverly, because they were gonna fight Mike. He could do that to like a Steve Kerr and them, but he can't talk to certain people of a certain ilk. He couldn't be talking to certain people like that. They were gonna throw hands at Mike immediately. So you got to know how to talk to certain people. You know what I mean? So, but do you think it had been worked out between Kobe and Dwight? They would have made a bigger duo? Nah. I think at that point, Shaq was a better overall player than Dwight, even though Dwight was dominant. And by the time Dwight came to LA, he had that back injury, and I don't think Dwight was the same player he was in Orlando by the time he came to LA. So I don't think they were ever going to be a better duo than Shaq and Kobe. But, yeah, but I do believe Shaq was a better player than Dwight too. So even if he was healthy, I don't think it would have been the same thing, per se. The league stopped it. Yeah, they did stop veto that trade from y'all getting Chris Paul for sure. Now, Chris Paul and Kobe, very similar personalities, I think. So they probably would have got along very well. They probably would have got along very well. And they would have. At that point, Chris was the best point guard in the league to me. He said they were right. Oh, they were tight, yeah. Nah, they would have. Yeah, they might have clashed though. You right, Athletic man. They might have clashed. Sometimes dudes can be too alike where they clash. Rondo and CP fight. Yeah, a lot of people don't like Chris Paul though, y'all. A lot of people don't. Chris has a persona where he always getting on people. He can kind of talk crazy to people at times. Kenyon Martin even said Chris can be very annoying, and how he talk and deal with people. That's why a lot of people don't really. A lot of people don't fool with Chris a lot sometimes because he can be like that. You know what I'm saying? Rondo got a different vibe than Chris. And I saw that when Rondo checked Dwayne Wade and Jimmy Butler for trying to go at the young boys on the Chicago Bulls team when Rondo was here for that year. And he checked Dwayne Wade and Jimmy Butler publicly for trying to trash the young guys. And Jimmy got this bad. I hate a dude that always want to act like he the only one working hard. Jimmy always got that persona about him like he the only one that's working hard. Brother, I understand you had to work hard to get where you at, but you ain't the only one in the gym, dog. You ain't the only one. And he would like, if you ain't in the gym at 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning like him, you ain't working hard enough. And And I think he would do those things to attack the younger guys on the team. And like Rondo saw that and he checked Jimmy and Rondo publicly. And they didn't say nothing to Rondo. And we had Dwayne Wade on Kenyon on Carmelo Anthony's podcast admitting to the fact that when he was in Chicago, he was doing a little bit much at times. He even said that. So, yeah. He said Shaq will always be a better Superman. Jimmy got no jury with all that talk. Nah. CP, one of the most impactful players I ever seen. No, Chris is super. Chris was the best point guard in the league for sure, for sure. Yeah, but Kobe and Chris got a same. They got a similar type of personality. So like a lot of them guys, yeah. But he wasted it playing with. Because Jimmy do feel like he's one of the toughest roads to the league. Yeah, but other dudes had tougher roads to the league too. Jimmy was a late. Was he a second round pick? He was a second round pick, but Ben Wallace was undrafted and became a Hall of Famer and playing center at 6'7", 6'7" and a half. Jimmy had a situation where he got kicked out by his mom as a kid. Jimmy got that blindside story. His mama kicked him out of the house. He was 13. A white family took him in and raised him and loved on him and all of that. And so, he think about that and going to Marquette, and at least he was at Marquette though. Like, listen, Ben Wallace was at a HBCU, Virginia Union, same school Charles Oakley went to, and turned being undrafted into a Hall of Fame career. You know what I mean? Yeah, he was at JUCO first. You know what I'm saying? But he did. So let me tell you this. In Chicago, you had a lot of Chicagoans feeling the way about Jimmy. Because, like, the white media in Chicago was tearing down Derrick Rose because D Rose didn't want to come back as quickly as they wanted him to from the knee injury. And so the white media here started to trash Derrick, and they started to prop up Jimmy in order to trash Derrick. They started saying stuff like, is Jimmy Butler the second greatest bull behind Michael Jordan? They started talking about, the white media started trying to insinuate that Derrick was dumb. And they were propping up Jimmy. And a lot of us felt like it had a lot to do with the fact that Jimmy plays into the tropes that white America loves. Right? Jimmy loves that I'm the hardest working dude. White folks love for you to say, oh, I work so hard, I work hard. They love that hard work. They love you saying you work hard all the time. They love people that say white folks love that. When you say you work hard, I'm a hard worker. They love when you say that. Jimmy always was hollering that out, right? And then when you find out Jimmy was raised by a white family, Jimmy's favorite artist was Taylor Swift. He listened to country music. He listened to One Direction, all of that. It made him more palatable to them than Derrick. D Rose, aka Pooh, was a Southside Chicago kid. He didn't identify with that country music stuff. He was raised in the hood of Inglewood, even though he was an introvert. He wasn't comfortable talking to them, and they thought it was him thinking he was better than them because he was so introverted. He wasn't comfortable talking to media. They took it as disrespect because how dare this young boy that's not as educated as me, because they already felt the way. A lot of them media members feel the way that Derrick was making more money than them, and he didn't go to these prestigious universities and all of that. But he was just introverted, and he didn't know how to express it like that. When he was in high school, Derrick didn't really talk to media that much. His brothers and them shielded him from doing that. So him talking to the media was kind of weird. And so they were propping Jimmy up and trashing Derrick, David Kaplan and them dudes. And David Kaplan has since said he apologized to Derrick. But it was another dude, Joe Crowley, that was insinuating that Derrick was dumb when he would talk to him. And D Rose talked about it on the Mav Hoffa podcast, My Expert Opinion, how he said he was calling me dumb, and he thought I didn't understand what he was trying to say. He was saying I was dumb, and then still wanted me to interview with him. So they were doing that. But Jimmy plays into that's why when he always holler about how hard working he is, I used to hate it because The media here, they love that. Again, white media love you saying, I put on my hard hat and lunch pail every night. They love that type of trope. And he was playing into that so heavily. You know what I mean? That's why Jimmy put that iron to his head. Yeah, and so, that it kind of created contention here because we felt like a lot of us felt like, yo, they trashing Derrick to big up Jimmy. Even though we were, you're a Chicago Bull, we happy for Jimmy's success. But yeah, a lot of us felt like, yo, what are y'all, huh? But they were doing that. And because quiet is kept. First of all, like I said, Derrick came from a place that's looked down upon. You know what I mean? That's looked down upon. A lot of people they don't like Southside Chicago. They don't like the Chicago public school kids like that, for real. So, especially the ones that grew up on the north side and all that, yeah. So, look down too. So, look down on the south side inner city kids like Derrick. You know what I mean? They like Derrick though because Derrick he wasn't ignorant, but the moment he got hurt and the moment he didn't come back as soon as they thought he should come back, they started to trash him and belittle him. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but yeah, Jimmy, at 13 years old, a white family came and took him in. My mama said, I'm tired of looking at you, get out, bro. My man's mama. Yeah. And so he got raised by, he had a blind side story, like the movie The Blind Side, for real. When he got drafted, matter of fact, the white family that raised him was at the draft with him. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, a lot of people don't know that, though. But, yeah. And I'm not saying it's anything wrong with him being raised by a white family. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with him being raised by a white family or taken in. I'm not saying any of those things. But what I'm saying is I believe that upbringing has Chicago media taking a liking to him more than Derrick. That made him more palatable than Derrick because Jimmy would openly talk about his affection for Taylor Swift music and all of that and country music and stuff, and that's more palatable for them. Derrick ain't listening to no Taylor Swift and no Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus, and he not. It's a Southside Chicago dude. Even though he's very introverted and stuff, he's Southside, so he don't, that doesn't relate. That don't relate to them. Oh, okay. Which color? Hold on, y'all.
Come here, Michael.
Go ahead, Mal.
Come.
Her music is still hot too. The fan she never did it right. Come here. They can't. He good.
Come here, Michael.
Okay. Go put your clothes on, man. Leave it alone. What MJ? MJ a smooth jazz guy. Yeah, MJ was listening to Anita Baker before he got on the court. He was in that. MJ was in the locker room, caught up in the rapture of love. Nothing else can compare.
Where's the
And go put up 60 after that. Hold on, y'all.
Baby. Mm-hmm, you did. Yep. Come on, Dad. Come on, honey.
Yeah, he was listening to Anita. Nah, Michael Jordan don't like no rap now.
Come on, come to mommy.
Yeah, we gonna get on StreamYard and go crazy. Michael Jordan ain't listen to no rap. You heard what he told. Nori say he heard Michael Jordan say F rap at a party. Mike was listening to Anita. He was listening to Aretha Franklin now. Iverson listening to Michael Jackson for a game. Yeah. Mike go put up 60 after listening to to Aretha Franklin. It might be in there listening to Teddy Pendergrass. Come on and roll with me. Come on over to my place. Might go out there and put on 55 after listening to Might be listening to Love TKO. Early Kanye was my guy, West Coast. So I'm gonna be real. I fell off of Kanye after like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. You know, around that time, I fell off from him. But early Kanye, when he was still Kanye Tutter, that was my guy. That's when he was still Southside Chicago. So yeah. You said why I don't listen to him anymore? I low key wish Wale got bigger too. You know, man, Wale one of them rappers that could never keep my attention. Yeah, before his mama, after his mama died, you saw a change in him. And that would affect a lot of people though when your mother passed away. You know what I'm saying? So you say Ye was done after Mike for Pablo. I ain't gonna even lie, I didn't even get that. I mean, I heard it, but I ain't really get that far with him. I was invested in Kanye all the way up until like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. After that, I was really indifferent to him. Yeah, I don't know. His aura felt different after that. It's kind of, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like I felt connected to Kanye in my early years because, you know, like I told you, Chicago was a gang-banging city. And so when I saw a dude like Kanye getting embraced for being himself, even though he came from this gang-banging city like me, you know, it really gave me confidence in saying I can be myself. Because like I said, Kanye came out in a pivotal time for me. I was a young boy. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, Kanye gave me the confidence to know it was okay to be me. I wasn't a street dude, even though I was in a hood environment. You know what I mean? I wasn't a street dude. I was just myself. And Kanye was that. And he got the Rockefeller Records to accept him. It was a label. He was on a label full of street rappers. And, you know, and still got the world to love him, even though he was the opposite. So I felt real closely connected to Kanye. Like I told y'all, I almost cried the first time I saw the Through the Wire video. I almost cried when I saw that video because I never thought Chicago would be on TV like that. When I saw Harold's Chicken on TV, you know what I'm saying? When I saw, you know, Leon's Barbecue on TV, no. Jackie Robinson Jackie Robinson Park on TV, I almost cried. I'm like, bro, Chicago on TV for real. You know, I thought you had to be from New York or the West Coast to be a rapper. Yeah, Candy, you know, that Harold's Chicken moment, Harold's on 103rd and Hosted. On 103rd, Century. That's right by my grandma's crib. I could have cried. I'm like, I ain't never think Chicago was going to be on TV in mainstream with a mainstream focus with hip hop. So I thought you had to be from LA or New York or something, or East Coast to really be a rapper and get notoriety. Nelly was the only one outside of Bone Thugs. Nelly and Bone Thugs was the only Midwestern artists who was really, really getting spins like that. Even though we had some fire coming out the Midwest, but we didn't get the national acclaim, you know, that other places got. You know, Twista and Ben, they was already doing their thing. But do y'all, when Twista made Slow Jams, there was a segment of the American population that thought Twista was a new artist when he was on Slow Jams and stuff. But we had been listening to Twista since Pope Pimp, Adrenaline Rush, all that. Common wasn't nationally, he wasn't a household name per se though. Common was still, he was killing it in Chicago. He was killing it, but only real hip hop heads listen to Common like that. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't mainstream to where everybody, not until Kanye got with him that he started becoming like a mainstream household type name. But I think hip hop heads knew Common 100%. But you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like radio, exactly. Radio spins and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you had to be a hip hop head to really know Common like that. Yeah, Kanye had the hood listening to Graduation and all of that. You know, I hadn't been that proud since Jordan in Chicago. Yeah, on a national stage, That was Chicago first time having a real voice in hip hop on a mainstream level. And I respected Ye because when Kanye came on, he gave everybody in Chicago an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Right. Twister was out long before 106 and Park. But Slow Jams, people, when they heard Slow Jams, it was people that really thought Twister was a new artist. You know what I'm saying? But when Kanye came out, he gave Bump J Move Around. Y'all heard Move Around on McDonald's commercials, right? He gave him that beat. He gave Do or Die Higher. He gave Rhymefest Brand New. He put Lupe Fiasco on Touch the Sky before Lupe was even had a single for real. Then he gave Common, he did the B album for Common, right? Then he did, I'm trying to think. I'm forgetting some stuff. He put a lot of people when he first came on, he was trying to look out for the Chicago artists. And that's why when I watched that movie Genius, the documentary Genius, I resonate with that. He was so Chicago. The man was in there like, I remember I put up the clip. He said, man, with Chicago behind me, I don't feel like I can lose. That's when he really was connected to the city. So, yeah, you saw D-Ray Davis in his Through the Wire video. People didn't even know D-Ray at the time outside of Chicago, like outside of the, the comedy scene for real, that local comedy scenes. He had D-Ray in Through the Wire video. I'm trying to think. He had D-Ray on the albums. Nelly and T.I. made it popular to wear button-ups with Jim. Fact. The hood couldn't relate to Stronger since he was a little. Yeah, that's when he had the. But Stronger was a bop, though. It was a bop, Tiberius. But yeah, but it was a different sound. But he was very good at getting non-traditional sounds to stick. I mean, Jesus Walks was a radio single. And that's the can't tell me nothing. Yeah, Flashing Lights was the joint. So yeah, I would say that. But so yeah, that I did a whole bunch of talking, y'all. I did a whole lot of talking, but I said it to say that Kanye was my favorite. That Kanye was my favorite Kanye. But y'all was doing a lot of talking though, too though. Let me see. The Midwest Underground greater than LA Mainstream. Now LA Mainstream has some dope. West Coast has some dope rap, some dope hip hop, man. I was listening to DJ Quick. I was listening to of course Snoop, Game. Game was one of my for all the corny stuff Game does, he's an excellent rapper, man. Outstanding rapper. He just do a lot of cornball stuff. But he's an outstanding rapper. I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't into Kanye. You wasn't into Kanye like that? Yeah, he had a lot of black kids my age, Ramirez, wearing them shit. In high school, bro, when Stronger came out, a lot of kids, I went to Morgan Park, so we were a school that showed that black people were really not monolithic. So a lot of the black kids was wearing them little shades from Stronger in school. Say you wasn't into Kanye like that. I like Kanye, especially when I remember when he did what's that Selfish with Slum Village. I'm calling. What Kanye say? Let me trying to come around my girl acting like Mr. Friendly. Still a spotlight like Mr. Bentley. I spotted her like Spud McKenzie, and for them fake boobies, I paid them Benjis. Get your own. He got Paris, he got Nicki. He trying to get him a clone. They say, yeah, you got extra, and everything you do is extra cold. From the polo fleece to the Jesus piece. I got family in high places like Jesus' niece. Can I please speak my piece? If y'all fresh to death, then I'm deceased. That was a joint. It's an Eat Rock, new version of Eat Rock. What they say, and for that Benz, I get CL love, so I switch my girls around like 3L Dub. I'm calling. Switch your girl. When he did that, switch my girls around like 3L Dub. What? I was a little boy, like, oh my God. Yeah, Leo, man. I wish if he still hung around the same people in Chicago. Yeah, I think he wouldn't have lost that feel, man. Sometimes you got to stay connected to your roots, even if it's just your old friends that you had from back in the day. I was a little boy. Oh my God, Kanye. Game, blame, game. Oh, let's play the game. Blame, game. I love you. Yeah. And I heard the whole thing. Yeah. He even that's how it was 50 when he dropped. Yeah, when 50 dropped Get Rich now. Hey, Get Rich did something to the hood crazy. Yeah, Graduation. Yeah, Kanye albums did feel like, man, yeah. I feel like a lot of Kanye albums feel like an escape from the hood, but Graduation in particular had them anthems, yes. So yeah. Yeah, so fun fact. There's an alternate version of Jesus Walks video where it's a light skin, it's a biracial guy playing Jesus. That guy is the owner of the barbershop that I get my haircut at. His name Danny. And Danny he has some of the footage from the Genius video. He shot some of the footage in Genius. A lot of it is Cootie's footage too, but you know, yeah. But no, Get Rich or Die Trying, yeah. Get Rich was an era. What kind of impact did 50 have in Chicago? Well, I would say that I can say that every car in the hood was playing 50, Get Rich at that time. I can speak for the young kids in my age group. We all wanted to get the G-Unit shoes. We was having the G-Unit tank tops. You know, we outside really tying the do-rags up in the back because 50 was tying the do-rag up in the back. He ain't had a cape out on his do-rag, right? Yeah, man, I think we was getting the video games, the G-Unit, the 50 Cent Bulletproof video game, all of that. 50 had a strong impact, especially on my age group in Chicago. That really was our favorite rapper when we heard that. That was just, yeah, Get Rich did something crazy to the hood. Like I say, living through 50 Cent Mania, you had to have actually lived through 50 Cent Mania to really understand how big it was. Vector tried hiring me. Do you think I dodged a bullet? Absolutely. Absolutely, you dodged a bullet with Vector. Yeah, my most viewed video is that Vector marketing video. I got like 120,000 views on that video for Vector marketing. That's my most viewed video. Blue, Lupe, Wale, just got bad labels. Yeah, man, I was saying Wale never could keep my attention for a whole album. I would just be more interested in his collaborations and I mean, he had some really good verses I really enjoyed. But it was hard for me to stay interested in Wale for an entire body of work a lot of times. And I don't know why. But yeah. Wale is very underrated. Think so? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Wordplay lay. Yeah, Wale, it was only they just wouldn't push him. He had a lot of hit songs. Like I said, I just for some reason I couldn't stay interested for a whole body of work. What's up, man? You see you smell good cologne? Well, all that faded away when he lost to Ye in 07. Yeah, Kanye beating 50 in record sales in 07. I think it let the world know that gangster rap was being pushed out and a different type of sound was being promoted at that time. While they signing the MMG would be like, yeah, I'm feeling really very good cosign. He said Wale, alright. Yeah, I mean I like certain verses from Wale. I think he's a good rapper, but what about 07? What you say? Yeah, 07 when they did the Curtis versus Graduation. When the album sales clashed. Yeah, I don't think it pushed out, but I don't think after 07 we saw for a period the top rappers were not gangster rappers like that. We saw the rise of Wiz Khalifa. Shortly after that, Kid Cudi, Wale, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar and them started coming around a little bit after that. You start seeing rappers like rappers that weren't gang. Big Sean. Big Sean came on the scene. Yeah, '07. Now, J. Cole and them and all them started coming around 2009, 2010. So a little bit after that, and y'all took it and crashed out. Yeah, so the drill movement came. And late 2011, 2012 is when it started gaining traction. And that's when drill rap came in 2012, and yeah, and it took a different hold for sure. Yeah, for sure. But that '09 time is when, you start seeing other rappers that weren't gangster rappers being pushed. You know what I'm saying? And we even went through like we had a futuristic moment in hip hop where like Travis Porter and them was rapping over them futuristic beats. J Money and them, Young LA, Dro and them was all on them like futuristic type beats and all of that. The Rich Kids, we had a little era in music when that was being promoted too. The futuristic beats and all of that. Yeah, Young LA. Hey, ain't I a hit, boy? Ain't I? Hey, Tip was rapping on that joint. And he ain't cursed one. I ain't realized he ain't cursed one time on that verse. Yeah, we went through a futuristic period of rap. What would you do for some paper? Red Veil. I don't know who that is, Leo. What would you do for some paper? He's Gen Z, Kanye. I gotta check him out. Alley Boy Trouble, Duct Tape. Yeah, DT, what is it? Duct Tape? DTE? You was bumping Nip. Yeah, you West Coast. So Nip, now first time I heard Nip was on a song called Me and My Strap with Lloyd Banks. I don't need an army, I can watch my own back. It's me and my strap, me and my strap. And he had a verse on that pistol grip pump on my lap at all times. I got too many enemies for you to ask why. My city is a war zone and it's two sides. So where I come from, brothers murder to survive. He was going in, that was a nice verse. Our Future, yeah. I wasn't into Our Future though. Outside of Frank Ocean. Tyler was a little early Tyler Creator. I couldn't really fool with early Tyler the Creator. Now, I like his music a lot more, but it got more soul in it now. Early Tyler the Creator, when he was eating roaches, I couldn't fool with that. Future was still using gangster rap, but it was like dark comedy. Yeah, they was like dark, dark type rap, gore rap a little bit. I ain't really into gore rap like that. That's why I never got into that Slim Shady stuff. But yeah, man, shoot. But look, man, it's a little late. I'm finna get off here, man. I'm finna eat some music. Eat some food. Listen to some music, chill, man. Watch the TV. I'm gonna holler at y'all a little later, though. All right, peace.